Met Fine Printers. They currently have a marriage between quality and sustainability. Their sustainable business practices make them leaders in the printing industry, with numerous awards to their name. Unfortunately, this message is not being communicated effectively to consumers, both potential and current. Before we began our study, we made the following assumption. The more sustainable, the higher the price. In our research, we asked the question, how much of a price premium would you be willing to pay for a sustainable product? Now, Scott, you're going to need to sit down for this part. Price is actually inversely related in the consumer's mind because they view sustainability as a more efficient and therefore more cost-effective process. For example, one client stated how the printer they were working with had extra high-quality material left over from a large print job. This was then purchased at a discount and saved the waste from the printer. In our study, we decided to conduct a focus group as well as individual interviews in order to get a better understanding of what consumers were looking for when issuing large print jobs. The scope of our focus group and interviewees were made up of different marketing personnel in the UBC community as well as Vancouver at large. These were the type of personnel who would be commissioning large print jobs that would be of Met Fine's caliber. Given this scope, the marketing managers who we were able to target for the focus group were all in the not-for-profit sector. This was both an advantage and a hindrance. It clearly defined the scope of the focus group. However, it also meant that the majority of participants were very cost-focused. One of the major findings was that sustainability is an expectation for the managers. They did not expect to pay a premium for sustainability because they viewed it as a mandatory requirement in the industry at this point. It appears as though today's world has changed. They viewed the words associated with sustainability as future, planet, strive, and challenge. They still view sustainability as something to strive towards, but also something that is expected as an industry norm. To us, this seemed somewhat contradictory. Recycled paper and FSC certification was something the participant viewed as crucial as an indicator for sustainability in the printing industry. These were the cues they used to discover if a printer is using sustainable methods. The types of consumers purchasing Met Fine's products do not have enough education to understand the difference in the types of production processes that Met uses to differentiate themselves. For the uneducated consumer, recycled paper and FSC certification was what they associated with sustainability. When asked to describe the word paper, they used the word recycled, weight, scarce, and FSC. This gave us an indicator of the words they were using to describe when they got print jobs issued. When we went for a tour of Met Fine, we learned all about the superior processes and methods that were used to help ensure their sustainable brand message. The usage of UV inks and the processes Met Fine employed were things that were not in the scope of understanding of the participants of our focus group or the persons interviewed. The words that they associated with ink were black, color, and expensive. Expensive was a word that was an especially interesting indicator for us because it gave us a perception of how they viewed the high-quality inks. In the focus group, customer service became evident as one of the major factors that the participants concentrated on. They associated many factors with customer service. They wanted the affiliate companies to have these attributes. They wanted them to be able to bend over backwards for them. They wanted the printer to be willing to meet with them and develop a co-creation in order to further develop the best product. Accurate. Many of the participants had poor experience with wrong order sizes and untimely delivery of their orders. This left them with a very poor image in mind of the brands they worked with. Timely, friendly, and flexible were other words they used to describe the printers that they used. During our word association portion, they developed these words associated with the word boutique, which is one of the things that Met uses to define its brand. Small, detail-oriented, customer-centric, and service. Very much words that are concentrated on developing that customer service focus. As stated before, customer service was something that was of the utmost importance to participants in the focus group and the interviewed persons. It was a theme across all the attendees. This led us to believe that customer service and quality were in fact more important to them than sustainability. When discussing their latest printing experiences, they all discussed how one of the highlights of working with the printer was the relationship they were able to foster with that company. Based on our assumptions, customer service was not something we even concentrated on. And from the learnings of the focus group, we discovered it was something of huge importance to all the participants. There were two distinct branches in the customer service portion. These were the high-end products, which were major products that were only done once or twice a year, and the everyday products, done on a more frequent basis, such as brochures or business cards. For higher-end products, the participants were looking for a very hands-on experience directly with the printer in order to develop and understand exactly the product they were getting. They wanted to be able to meet with the printer, touch and feel the samples of the products, really understand the product that they were getting in order to fully be confident in that printer. For the more everyday purchases, they were looking for a very informative website where they could either get a quote online, access all the information at the touch of a button, and potentially be able to order online. This service for them needed to be very streamlined. Above all else, in order to differentiate Metfine's brand at this point in time, customer service needs to be superior in all aspects of the business. In order to further the sustainability message of Metfine, they need to concentrate on educating their consumers. Our process with Metfine was extremely educating for us personally, and if Met can be able to get this message of education of their processes across to consumers, it will be a third point of differentiation for them. But at this time, simply differentiating themselves through sustainability is not enough. If Metfine can use its high-class customer service to communicate its superior sustainability practices, it can distinguish itself in the industry even further. This is our two-pronged strategy for Metfine moving forward. Developing a clear, streamlined, high-quality customer service strategy and educating those consumers through the customer service strategy. Thank you.